Opening music is super cool. What's up? The fucking you in the eyes. Hello and welcome to tonight's special live edition of the Black Tower podcast. I'm getting hot flashes just thinking about it.
Oh, don't say that. I'm going through menopause, early menopause. That's not even funny right now.
I'm really sorry.
Thank you, fucking COVID, for putting women through early
Starting
menopause.
up
We appreciate
strong.
that. And that's part of the
All
madness that
right.
we are all experiencing, apparently, today. Josh and I are both going through early menopause.
It is. It's true. It's happening. Woo! Hello, Danielle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love having you here. As you can see, Leia and I are both here. We're both very, very excited. Leia, just before we get started, welcome to the Black Tower Podcast. The Black Tower Podcast is a Wheel of Time show where we discuss all things Wheel of Time, from our love of the books to my camera not being in focus, to our love of the show, and to our love of the fans and fandom in general. You can find all of our information at blacktowerpod.com, which we'll be showing you later on because it'll be great. You're gonna love it. And tonight you notice that my companion tonight is much more attractive than normal. And Roof Mistress Leia, why don't you tell the people who you are and what kind of fun projects you've got going on in your life right now?
I would absolutely love to. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I am Roof Mistress Leia. I do have two Wheel of Time content things that I am currently working on. So one of them is a Wheel of Time 4th Age D&D game called Time to Roll the Dice. You can find that on Malkier Talks YouTube channel. We've got a TikTok account that I'm not really good at doing. I'm still working on this whole social media thing. Mostly Threefold Talk YouTube channel is where you can find all of that content. And thank you, Mayhem. I appreciate that. Also on the Malgary Talks YouTube channel is the other show that I do weekly called Threefold Talk. It's an IL-based variety show. We have the Daily Veil segment every week where we talk about the latest news of what's come out in not just the TV show, but also just general community stuff. We'll probably be talking about the Gathering Madness this week on our show. So anyways, just stuff like that. So most of the stuff, just go to Rob's Malkier Talk YouTube channel, and that's where you can find all of my shit.
All of Leia's shite, as it were.
Smells like roses.
It smells like roses. And some of you may be asking, where is Andrew this glorious night? Andrew is on official Black Tower business. He is tracking down some deserters, and he needs to put their heads on the traitor's tree. I mean, that's process.
Don't fuck with Andrew.
Do not.
Don't fuck with Andrew.
He will give you a mean look and make you cry.
Facts.
But no, in all seriousness, he's feeling a little bit under the weather tonight. So he stepped out tonight, and I asked Roof Mistress Leia here to join me for two reasons. Like I said, one, because it's an improvement in scenery. But she is also helping, and to announce that she's also helping us organize the Gathering Madness this year. We're collaborating. We're understanding what we're good at and what we're not good at, and we're having people help us at the things we're not good at. Because we're a learning and growing organization. Mm-hmm. So Leia's here tonight because she's helping us plan. She's helping us throw some stuff together. We're doing some legwork. We're running around. We do still have some things to be determined. Mm-hmm. We do still have some things that we have not yet finalized yet. But there is so much stuff that we have on the books ready to go. Y'all, I'm excited. I am. Oh, I sincerely, last year, you guys know, we had the Gathering Madness at Evermore Park. It was in
Mhm.
Utah. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with it. That was the first Gathering Madness that we had rented a con space. We had a conference room in a hotel. We had a con space at Evermore Park, which
Mhm.
worked out really well. Apparently, that was one of the last events they hosted before they shut down.
We tainted them a little bit.
We closed down Evermore. I'm not going to take credit for it. Yes, I am. I'm going to totally taking credit for it.
We're probably the only
I
reason they were able to stay open as long as they could because we had that event there.
right, exactly. We held them. We held the door for them, as it were, to quote a famous line from a weird TV show that a couple people have seen. Um, an obscure TV show, really. Um,
Should we get to
but
it?
I remember. Well, yeah, because I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I remember walking away from last year, going, "We're never going to top that. Like, how are we going to top that?" It was so much fun, and getting to just run around Evermore Park at the end of it, and just seeing people just kind of doing things at their own pace, interacting with the cast, and having a great time. Like, it was just a
It
lot
was
of fun. And then
amazing
we
experience.
we were in uh we were in Vander's Keep, the big fancy ballroom restaurant place, and it was a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
again, I remember walking away going, "Wow, this is intense. Like, we're never going to top this." And then, as you guys know, the Gathering Madness travels from location to location. Last year it was in my neighborhood. This year it's in Andrew's neighborhood, and I love Andrew, and Andrew is great. But Havelock, North Carolina, there's just not a lot in Havelock, North Carolina. There's just not. We did go axe throwing, but we had to drive like way far away to do that. And so we thought, what if we did it in that area, but not in North Carolina? Gee, uh, Roof Mistress Leia, do you know of any other culturally and fandomly significant points of interest in that area to the Wheel of Time fandom?
I do feel like there is something slightly south of where Andrew lives that may have one or two interesting Wheel of Time features. Just one or two. That's it. That's
One
it.
or two.
One or two.
For one, the creator himself lives there. Well, lived there. Uh, uh, I guess Madam Creator lives there.
Currently, yeah, she still resides there. Mhm.
She still resides there. Team Jordan, for the most part, all resides in Charleston, South Carolina. And this year, the madness is in Charleston, South Carolina, and I am unbelievably excited for this. If you had told me 10 years ago that not only would I have a show about my favorite all-time book series, but I would also be traveling to what I have dubbed, Wheel of Time Mecca.
It's totally Wheel of Time Mecca, 100%, absolutely.
Like, I feel like I'm living in a dream right now. Um it's just too great. So let's start off. Unless, Leia, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I just wanna get into it and start talking about it. Because if anything
Travis
I'm gonna
just
say has to do with it, so last year
So we're
was
gonna start with
fun,
the
but I'm
web
so
page.
stoked. Woo!
Welcome
Webpage
to the web
live.
page. The web page is live, blacktowerpod.com/TGM. You can also access it this way, right? You guys are ready for my amazing uh GeoCities level, Angel Fire level, MySpace level website building, right? Check it out. Here's our website, Black Tower Podcast. The Gathering Madness is back. Couple of links here. We got our most recent episodes. We got our patrons listed out here. These are all actual people, by the way. They are people that donated and did not want to be noticed, so they are redacted, classified, and sealed to the mail. But
But
right here, you can either click "The Gathering Madness is back," or you can click the Gathering Madness, and it will
Look at
bring
that
you.
logo. That logo is so cool.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, the eye is going to continually drive me crazy.
Good.
And I know you did it deliberately just to give me my like OCD
To
side,
make your
extreme
eye twitch.
anxiety. Yes, yes. So like, mm-hmm.
Do you know what's funny is I need to get your chibi on here since you're helping us with this.
No, you don't.
I
That is a
do.
conversation for later. Everybody tell him to shut up and keep talking about the Gathering Madness.
So as I said, the Gathering Madness is in Charleston, South Carolina. When is it? It'll be the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th of this, the fourth age. All right. The 25th is a Friday, the 26th is a Saturday, and the 27th is a Bremen Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why? Because we must. Who? Us, and hopefully you.
You and you and you and you and you and you
And
and
you,
you
and you right
and you
there,
and you
and you
and
right
you and you and you and you and you and us and me. Yeah.
I'm shutting up. Oh my God, there's so many people that just want me to shut up. Got it. Done. You cover this next
They
area,
know
apparently, Leia.
they know who the boss is. All right.
Haha.
So so you're making
You
me
get the
talk about
fun
the money
area.
stuff. Thanks. All right. So we have two different options. There is an in-person option and a virtual option. So the
Now,
in-person
don't freak
option,
out about the sticker price just
we are
yet.
going
Sorry
to
to cut you off
explain it.
really quick.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
promise. I
we
promise
we
it's worth
we
it.
will go through and explain a lot of what isn't included in the in-person costs, and the intention is to really make this an all-inclusive for the weekend. So please, when you look at this number, um, take a couple of deep calming Ashman breaths. So pretend like
Deep calming
you're
shots.
yeah, go into the void. um, feed all of your emotions into the flame, and remember that this is all inclusive.
Yes.
It's like 99.9% all inclusive. So that is
Yes.
$350 for the in-person tickets. The virtual tickets, for those of you who are not able to join us in person, are $15. And we will also talk about what the virtual tickets include. The virtual tickets are exclusive it will be exclusive content to the people who pay for this. So it is not going to be open to the public. So not just anybody can come and watch all the shit. Yeah, free swords for everybody.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mayhem.
100%.
Mayhem is bringing free swords for everyone. Thank you, Mayhem. We really appreciate your
um
contribution to the Gathering Madness.
yeah, so if you happen to, and I think we already have one or two people, Josh, who have already bought virtual tickets.
We
That
do.
so but that all of the content that you will see in that virtual ticket will only be for you. So you'll have links for all the YouTube
Yep.
stuff. There will be some things that and it will be open for you for a while. So if you just happen to be like in Australia and you're asleep while we're doing things during the day, you can go back and watch it later. So don't feel that and let's face it, the Black Tower runs almost 24/7. So more than likely we will be streaming, like we will be drunk streaming late at night, and you will get to,
Oh, we're gonna
heckle
have some
us
fun.
and tell us to go do things and all that jazz.
Woo, I'm gonna make a name for myself.
I've already been sending them a whole bunch of like ridiculous things I see on like Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. I keep posting things like, oh my God, we could totally do this. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yes.
Because again, I'm so excited about just the insanity that is this weekend. So do we want to go to the next
It's gonna be
section,
good.
Josh, or do you have anything else?
Well,
Oh,
so
also,
just
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you're going to talk
I was
about.
just gonna say this is this is our PayPal, the QR code for our PayPal. If you want to scan that, grab yourself a ticket. We will get into what is included here in just a minute, but it is connected to that QR code right there, or our email, blacktowerpod@gmail.com, and then that's how you submit payments. And then did you have anything else you wanted to add on that? Or
Nope,
are we good to scroll?
I almost jumped ahead, but you got to the point that I was like, "Oh, no, wait, we have to talk about how to pay."
Oh, yeah.
And it's
So
right
that's
there.
it right there. It's going
That's
to be
it.
super good. And now, here we go. And if you guys have this on your web, you can follow along on the website as well, or you can jump ahead and look super, super smart. I'm
Yeah, you
loving
could totally brown eyes
some of the
it.
suggestions that we're getting in the chat, by the way.
Mhm.
Mahale's Cup,
Yep.
Taint Pong. Like,
Oh,
we're going to
yeah.
have fun.
Oh, yeah.
All
I
right, here
should
we
be
go.
adding these to our planning document.
Yeah, you should. Those are great. So, first things first, this $350 ticket includes 2 nights in the Airbnb. Okay? No, you will
No,
not have to
not
share a room.
excuse me, sir, not the Airbnb. What are we calling it?
I'm sorry, the Black Tower Outpost.
Black Tower Outpost. We have named the location at which we are saying. Ping pong. Yes.
Yeah, give them a call. So no, you will have 2 nights in the Black Tower Outpost. Okay? So there you go. There's one cost that you don't have to pay. Hotels. You don't have to look for hotels in the area. You don't
Not at
have to
all.
worry about it. You'll be on site in the outpost where all the fun is happening. Um,
Now, Josh, I see there that it says limited rooms available. Can you show us
it
a little
sure
bit some of the
does.
pictures about what this
I would love to. Let me
Thank
pop over
you.
my other link here real
You
quick.
are so
This,
organized to have this all
I
available.
know. It's like I'm prepared. So this is a street view of the Airbnb. Now it looks pretty big, right? It looks pretty good.
Yeah, that
Well,
looks
what
very
happens
decent.
when we get a bird's eye view? Oh, no.
What?
All of that is ours. We've got the Ashamon's Armory, the dedicated domicile, and the soldier shack, and
Mm,
3 pools. All of this is the Black Tower Outpost for that weekend. So when you pay the $350 in-person ticket, you get 2 nights in the Airbnb or in the outpost. I'm going to mess that up a lot. You get 2 nights in the outpost just as a starter for benefits uh, in the thing. So that'll reserve your room. That'll get you your room. And like I said, you do not have to share. Um, you will have your own domicile bedroom.
this is
Okay.
definitely first. You can choose to share. So in that basically space is going to be our limiting factor. So if you don't want to share, then you don't have to. Like I might get a room by
True
myself.
story.
I
Yeah.
might get one
Most.
of I might say I like having bunk beds and see if anybody wants to come into one of the bunk bed rooms with me and hang out like it was like an actual fun like, kids camp.
Yeah, I think most of the rooms are single king size bed rooms. And then
The
there's
vast
2 or 3
majority.
rooms that have
There's
2 twins
And then there's 3 with bunk beds. And the bunk
with
bed, so there is so again, so the bunk beds are the top is a single,
single.
but the bottom is a full, and there's
Yeah.
2 of those. So again, just depending on who wants to do what. Regardless,
Yeah.
though, the cost is going to be 350. Just because trying to math all that out and be like, this room is this much and this room is this like
Yeah.
we're not doing that. You could get a bunk room all to yourself if you wanted
And
to, if you
and
chose.
and and keep in mind too, we're real early in the announcements here. There's a lot of other stuff that's covered in that ticket. This is just
Mhm.
one of them. So
Should we just move on
with
to the
the
rest of
Airbnb,
the oh,
yeah,
let's
let's
go
just
to
keep moving
the
down here.
website. Yeah.
And then next we've got transportation, okay, to offsite events. So you don't have to worry about getting an Uber, you don't have to worry about gas. We are going to be coordinating transportation to the different events that we're going to be hosting as well.
And we can even work with people if we cluster up airlines that we can do a couple of big trips back and forth to the airport. So
Exactly. So we're working on that.
so you don't have to
And
pay for
also,
Ubers, you don't have to pay for Lyfts, you don't have to rent a car, you don't have that is something that you do not have to pay for. It's all
yep.
included in this $350.
And we're going to be doing 2 breakfasts and 2 dinners. Basically, it's going to be breakfast Saturday morning, breakfast Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing a dinner on Friday night. And then I'm particularly excited about this because I've wanted to do this for like 3 or 4 years now. Guys, Black Tower Barbecue. It's going to be a Black Tower
What?
Barbecue. Your Soravan Mahale is doing up a brisket.
So, for those of you who have seen his videos that he posts on TikTok or Instagram, or the pictures of all the delicious, succulent meat that he puts in the food and drinks channel in the Discord, yes, Josh is cooking for us a
I'm going to
big
do,
whatever.
it's going to be
We're gonna
awesome.
fucking figure it out. That is one of the details we're gonna figure out what specifically it is. Again, this
Yeah.
is. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about, Josh, is when the ticket
Oh,
cost cuts off, and this is one of the
oh,
reasons that we need to. We are cutting it off on September 30th.
yeah. September 30th. You must, this is actually a really good one because I did have someone ask in the chat, and I'm sorry, I can't find the
It
comment
was
now.
Loyal's book
Oh, here it is.
club. Yeah.
Loyal's Book Club asks, are split payments cool? Okay, here's a couple of things. First and foremost, the easy answer is yes. Obviously, you probably don't have 350 bones just hanging around, and we get that and we understand that. However, if you put money down to like reserve yourself a room and you get it in there, we must have the full payment by September 30th. And I hate to draw a hard line here, guys, but again, we're not making, none of this money is going into my pocket. It is literally every last dime is going into this event, and there's even stuff that we're going to be paying for on top of this. And I don't say that to draw up sympathy or anything like that. I'm just telling you how it is. So what we will need is we will need the full 350 before September 30th.
Mm-hmm.
And then, unfortunately, once again, like I said, because it's all going towards the event, if for some reason you're unable to like finish that out, you put down $50 or $100 or something like that, we will not be able to do like refunds on that.
And that goes
So
to
if you're
all the
gonna do,
tickets. So if you put the 350 down
yeah,
and something happens, you can transfer the ticket to somebody, but we cannot
totally,
provide a refund, unfortunately. Just
yeah,
because this is a small, like there, it's very limited, and we really are relying on. So we do encourage you. It's space limited, so it is very like first come first serve, but
yes,
um, also like make sure you can make it, please.
yes,
Um,
yeah. And yeah, because that again, if we reserve the room, and then September 30th rolls around and we don't have enough to cover the cost of the ticket, then we have to
yeah.
figure out what to do with that room, and there's all that stuff. Also, Loyal's Book Club, please do not apologize for the 800 questions.
No.
I think you need to ask 802 questions. That's what we're here tonight. We want all the questions.
Charleston Airport is the closest one. It's actually, there is an airport. There's a smaller airport right out of Charleston, and that is where we will be able to do the pickup and drop off. Now,
Yeah,
if it makes financial sense for you to fly to one of the slightly larger, I think Raleigh. Why did I say it that way? Raleigh, I believe, is the closer, larger airport. We'll make a transportation page that's dedicated to some of
yeah,
these questions, but there is a Charleston airport that is
yeah,
literally right side out of the city limits that is easy to get to.
yeah. Charleston is the short answer there. It is the easiest one to get in and out of. So okay, so where
So
were we? We got the
barbecue. We
tickets.
were at barbecue.
Split payments are cool. Barbecue, this is one of those things that's going to be determined as we go forward. I did opt to go with a brisket. We're going to do beef because I was thinking about doing like a pulled pork, but I know some people, there's some dietary restrictions, things like that, and that's fine, totally cool. Also, speaking of that, we do have people who are vegetarian or vegan or something like that. I will be doing some like grilled vegetables, and I will be making sure that there is vegetable
I
representation.
love cooking, so I will ensure that there is a full spread for regardless. We will be sending out a survey to all
Yeah,
in-person participants to check dietary restrictions. But we will not just be eating meat the
right.
entire weekend. I
I
promise.
am not. I'm not going to do the classic dude thing where I'm like, I'm making dinner. What's for dinner? Beef.
Yeah, this is not Tom and Julian, and like Elaine and Nynaeve are like, why do they keep just buying beef and whiskey and tobacco? Like, this is not that situation.
That's all you need. Beef and whiskey and tobacco.
Yeah, sure.
So I do also have on the list here snacks. So 2 breakfasts, 2 dinners. One of those dinners is a black tar barbecue, a BTP BBQ, and I also have in here snacks. We're gonna try and have some. We want to have something for people to munch on as they run around and do their things. We want to make sure you keep your energy up. Uh, Adult beverages. Oh, don't go too far, Josh. Adult beverages. We will be having a cooler. Well, we got fridges in there. We're gonna make sure we have some beers, and then of course because we're doing a mixology. We're bringing back the Watt mixology contest. That's happening.
And thank you
So
for
if you keep
everybody who filled out the survey beforehand. That was something that was universally stated as
yes,
things that people wanted to bring back. So again, thank you for filling that out ahead of time or afterwards. That's
yes,
not ahead of time,
and
but
and I will have on this website. Be sure to watch this website because I will have the Google Doc to fill out and submit your cocktail recipes. It will be on this website, blacktarpod.com/TGM. Okay. So if you have a cocktail in mind, now's the time to put it together. Make sure you read through the requirements and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, so there will be adult beverages provided should you so desire. There will also be soft drinks. We're going to make sure we have some sodas and stuff like that because we're not just going to cater
yeah, and
to
we do
one.
already know that there's a couple people who are coming who do not drink. So we will make sure to have a
Yep.
full spread. And
Yeah.
we will, for those
Um,
of you who do not drink, we will be taking requests on what your favorite beverages are. So we make sure that we're
correct.
accommodating you.
Exactly.
Just don't do something totally crazy like a virgin. I can't even think of something right now. So, Josh, help me out. Like, I don't know.
Virgin strawberry daiquiri
With like a,
with
I don't know.
meringue.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great idea. A professional would know to do that. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Good
What are
job,
we?
Gnome.
What are we doing?
Maybe putting the
Oh,
link in the chat.
that's smart
I
man. This
am
is why
such
we
a
love having him
professional.
around. He keeps us on our toes. Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Gnome.
Now I got to
So
go over to the BTP account
what's the next
and
line
actually,
item?
oh, it's a little thing. It's not too important. Um, I'm sorry. Give me just 2 seconds. I'm pulling up
All right,
the
so I'm
old.
I'm just gonna keep vamping. So yeah, so snacks and adult beverages. So the adult beverages, we will be doing the mixology contest, potentially depending on how many entries we have. There will on Friday be a preliminary round, and then Saturday night after the barbecue, because again, we need a little something on our stomachs to make sure that things don't go completely off the rails. Is when we will be doing the official uh, set, So again, depending on how many entries we get, we'll figure all of those things out. Also, remember, please, that this is an adult only event. So, as much as we love kids, there's many people in this community. Josh has kids. I've got my cats. I'm not bringing my cats. So, please don't bring your
not event not appropriate for children or pets.
Mm, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Next item, and this guys.
This is where we're getting to the crazy shit. That
This
is
is where we're getting
exclusive.
awesome.
This is exclusive only. Sorry, Josh, I'm taking over. This
Do it.
is exclusive only to the in-person ticket. So unfortunately, the Citadel tour with Dr. Livingston and will not be included in the virtual ticket. We might be doing Josh is, keeps threatening some TikTok stuff, but so you might be able to look at TikTok and see some weird compilation videos later. But at this time, the virtual passes, there will be panels hosted by various other content creators, as has happened in the
Mhm.
past. So,
Right.
which
So,
will
but
again be exclusive to you.
the tour here, as Leia was saying, this is going to be an in-person only event. And I just want to stress that we did want to make sure that, again, you're paying a lot for the ticket. We understand that, and we wanted to make sure it was worth it. So Dr. Livingston has graciously said that he would give us a personal tour of the Citadel, which, as you guys, as many of you may know, is what the White Tower is based on.
And Robert Jordan took so many inspirations. I've done a Citadel tour with Dr. Livingston before. There is a in the God, it's the Daniel something. I always want to say the Daniel Henney, but I think it's like the Daniel Ford Library. Daniel
Yeah.
something library. There is an entire display dedicated to Robert Jordan, which he'll take you to. There are it is the White Tower, but there are other things. There are other
Yes.
elements
Yes.
at the Citadel that Robert Jordan wrote about as he was a professor there, and then also
A distinguished
a
professor.
distinguished professor. And then also Livingston will take us up to his office where he has the Robert Jordan desk and chair, as well as multiple other memorabilia from that Harriet and Team Jordan has given him for caretaking. He loves to answer questions, so you get to sit in the chair where Robert Jordan inevitably farted and did other. I mean, he wrote, but he you're like, yeah, this is what he was just like passing gas on
he
this.
was an old man, and that happened.
So,
No,
uh,
so this is one of those things where it just gets amazing. Like, again, am I dreaming? Pinch me, I'm dreaming, because I'm about, in a just a few short weeks here, I'm going to sit at the desk where Robert Jordan wrote The Wheel of Time. I
yeah.
I can't even. And guys, we're not even done yet. We've got
Oh
more
no,
coming.
this is just Saturday morning. This is just Saturday morning.
It's just Saturday morning. So Saturday. Okay, here we go. And then let's go to the next line item, because this one's exciting too.
Well, picnic lunch.
Picnic lunch. Are you freaking kidding me?
So, in addition to the 2 breakfasts and the 2 dinners and the snacks, as we are on the road out of the outpost going to explore the Charleston area, we will be
Yep.
bringing along a picnic lunch for us. Unfortunately, just with the scheduling of everything, there's just not enough time to go to a sit down restaurant. Also, that kind of gets expensive, so we didn't want to make the ticket more expensive, but
A little
we
bit.
will be able to provide a great picnic lunch for you. So
Yep.
can't wait for
And
that.
then
And then, and then, and time is
exclusive tour of Harriet's Garden, hosted by Maria Simmons. You guys, the house where it all happened. We're going to be in the room where it happened.
so,
And
and
Maria will be there
Maria does
hosting everything.
an amazing garden tour. She just has endless stories, and yeah. Oh yeah, blood and bloody
Blood,
ashes.
blood and
Exactly.
bloody ashes.
Yeah. Like
It's amazing.
it and the 2 times, so I've done this the past 2 years with Ogier Con. So unfortunately, Ogier Con, if you guys haven't seen the Lightworks news, they're taking hiatus, so they are not doing Ogier Con this year. Hopefully,
Right.
Honest and Grace will be able to make it. But I will say this is the third time I will have gone to the gardens with Maria, and I am still so beyond excited for it. Like, this is just something like that
I
you could
can't
do
wait. I
year
can't
after
wait.
year
I'm
after
so
year.
excited.
Maria's stories are endless, and they are never the same. So the pitch is never the same, even though like the garden is, it's not a huge botanical garden. You're not going to a freaking museum, but still, it is amazing, and just like the way she talks about it and her interaction, she just loves doing this. She's so excited to have us there.
Yeah.
She
And I'm super excited. It was funny because we originally had wanted to do this the weekend prior to that, and we reached out to Maria and we were like, "Hey, we're thinking about doing this. Do you want to, hang out with us? Do you want to participate?" And she said, "Oh, sure. Pick the one weekend in October I'm out of town." Apparently, she's going to a knitting convention.
she has a knitting convention she goes to every year, every single
Yep.
year, and we were like, you know what?
Let's just bump it a weekend.
And actually, Livingston had something to do that weekend also, so it ended up being perfect that both of them were unavailable the previous weekend.
The
So
To bring back an old saying from the Black Tower, the wheel weaves, brah.
right, yeah.
The
So
wheel weaves, brah. All right, let's go down. So just as a review, I just want to review this once again. Yes, in-person tickets are $350, but you get 2 nights lodging at the Black Tower Outpost. Black Tower Outpost, all of this. So you don't have to
mhm.
share a room if you don't want to.
3 pools.
3 pools, so bring your
Sorry,
swimsuit.
we'll go into that
And
later. We're not there
and
yet. We're not there yet. Like, I jumped the
and
gun.
it is like 2 blocks away from the freaking beach.
Yeah, we jumped the gun. Keep going, keep going.
Okay, we're going back. Transportation. We're gonna drive you around. Food, snacks, beverages. Citadel tour with Dr. Michael Livingston, distinguished professor. Picnic lunch. Maria giving us a tour through the gardens, through
Where
Harriet's.
it all
I like.
happened. Where it all
God,
happened. Where it
this
all
is too good.
happened.
It's too good.
Oh, but it
Um.
gets better. Does it get better, Josh? I think it's still
Oh,
I think there is
of
still a
of
lot more to
course
come.
it
This is
gets
not the end of
better.
it. This is not the end of
Of
it.
of course it gets better. Um. This is so that's a basic rundown of the in-person ticket benefits, right?
Yeah.
Virtual ticket includes exclusive access to TGM live streams, the Gathering Madness live streams. Now it says see schedule for details. I promise that's not a cop out. There's going to be things like the
Okay,
mixology
actually,
contest.
let's actually walk through the we haven't yet set up the schedule, because there's a couple of details that we don't have finalized yet.
Right. Right. So there's things like the garden tour. We know we're doing the garden tour. We just don't know what time.
Well, it's 2:30ish. We've got to confirm it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So let's
Um,
Josh, let's walk through what we think the weekend's going to look like. Oh,
yes.
thank you, Amis First Rider.
Yes, I
We
mean,
think it's a yeah, we do think it's a really good deal, considering
um,
all the things you're
oh,
getting.
uh, which document do we do? Oh, I don't think
Actually,
I hold on.
let's just let it's just the two of us talking, bullshitting about this. So, and actually just leave this up so people can see. Oh, and we didn't talk about. I think we
Okay.
did talk about the virtual stuff. So let's leave this up. And
Well, the
let's.
virtual stuff that I was just getting into the virtual stuff.
Oh, sorry.
So the virtual stuff is going to be like the
We're so
mixology
organized.
contest.
We're so
We are.
organized.
We're so on top of this. So like the mixology contest is going to be a um an exclusive benefit. You must have a virtual ticket if you want to watch us do the mixology competition. Taste the Taint, which is an annual tradition for the Gathering Madness. If you want to watch us taste the Dark One's taint and go mad, you need to have some virtual ticket action going on.
And you know what? I think if we
Again,
walk through the schedule real quick and we can
okay,
explain to
let's walk through the
you,
schedule. Okay,
um,
so Friday afternoon ish. This is going to be basic times, right? This isn't going to be because, like I said, there's a lot of things that are still to be determined. So, but we're
loosey
going to give you a
goosey,
basic outline.
loosey goosey.
We have Friday afternoon slash evening in which we're going to be doing opening ceremonies, right? Opening ceremonies are going to include an event that I'm not going to tell you about because it's a surprise. Quelle surprise. And it will be awesome. And that's going to be our first live open event that everybody can tune in for. We're going to have that's going to be our first meal as well, right? That's our first dinner as well.
Well, we are working with the
We're
logistics
working on that.
to see whether we do the opening ceremony at the outpost or if we do it on site at this place, if we can get it.
Right.
Which again will be included. Can we just like give them a little preview, like what it is, what we're
You
trying to
want to you
do?
want to give them a teaser?
I think I do want, yeah, just tell,
Well,
just
here's
like
the teaser.
give them the name that we've called the event.
So in the past we've done Rand's archery tournament. Or no, I'm sorry. We've done Matt's archery tournament. We've done Rand's Heron Mark Blade Championship, which I won. I'd just like to say, and the prize we gave out that year was, where is it? I don't know. It's somewhere around here. I had it. Uh, I was gonna flex, and I suck. But that was great. It was Rand's Heron Mark Blade Challenge, which we literally played live action Fruit Ninja. That was great. And then we had Perrin's axe throwing, and just as a teaser,
Oh no, last
we're
year
bringing.
was the Two Rivers Sniper.
And then last year was the Two River Sniper. It was the archery. Yeah. This year we're bringing back Perrin's axe throwing, but with the flavor of the television show, we're gonna call it "Does Layla Survive?" did did you kill Layla? We're gonna find out how many of you tainty bastards are gonna kill Layla.
So again, we're still we are just in the beginnings of working with the group, the company that does the axe throwing. It's an axe throwing lane, so they do have a full service center. They do have private events. We don't know the details, so unfortunately, but regardless of that, like the axe throwing will be covered under your ticket. Transportation from the outpost to the axe throwing will be covered under your ticket. Dinner at some point that night, however the fuck that looks, will be covered
Yeah,
under your ticket.
I,
So when you see this
I,
$350 and you start sweating, remember there is a lot of shit
there's
covered
a
under
lot
that
that's going
ticket.
into this. Noman Garden has a friend who has a long handle on his axe.
That's what she said.
Ah! So that's Friday, and then of course Friday night we're gonna go back. We're gonna we're gonna hang out at the Black Tower Outpost. We'll have a mandatory fun event. We'll do mixology, do the Watt Tails cocktails. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be great. Party till
And
one.
the virtual option at that point is when we are going from the site back to the outpost, because that's going to take some time. That, for those of you who are looking at the virtual options, that is when we'll have our first virtual panel. Um, so
Correct.
so you
That's
get
our
to
first
it.
panel.
All of the panels
Yeah,
still TBD because like there were some logistics we needed to
panels are
get
all
to.
TBD. Yes.
We
So we will
needed
go back
to get
Friday evening.
logistics first. We prioritized our planning. So
Yeah, that's right.
and that's why
We
they
go back
hired
and
the
then
officer. When
yes,
they talk
that's
shit about
right.
officers, this is why they need an officer around.
And we're still going to talk shit about the officers,
Yeah,
but
that's
they
fine,
do come
but
in handy once in a
they
while.
do once in a while, like the planning of shit. So So I think we've
All right. And
finished
then we're gonna go to bed and pass out and go off to
or
dreamland,
not go to bed,
or
depending
not go
on.
to bed because, historically speaking at these things, people get crazy. And then we wake up Saturday morning, or just keep on going from Saturday morning. And that is where we will have the first breakfast will be provided. You will come to the Black Tower Outpost Mess Hall, and I will be there cooking breakfast, and we'll probably have a bunch of other people because for some reason the Wheel of Time community also has a whole ton of people who just love to cook. So there will probably be numerous people cooking.
I just won't do breakfast because
Um,
I'm not an early morning person. I will do the other meals.
and then at some point in time, early afternoon, late morning, we're going to be heading off for the Citadel tour.
Well, okay,
We'll do
so
the
the
Citadel.
Citadel tour is officially we've officially scheduled it for 11 a.m. with Dr. Livingston. So we'll make sure that in this official schedule that we have, we'll have here the breakfast hours,
Yeah.
but it'll be very military time. So like
Yeah, times will
also
be worked out.
yeah, we're also going to put everything in military time. So if you get confused by military time, just ask us.
Yes.
Um, but yeah,
Because it
so
fits the theme, okay?
it fits the theme. It's the Black Tower, right? Also, all the people planning it are vets, so like we just love to put things in
It's true.
military time. So,
It's
yeah,
plus it's easier to keep track of, whatever. But
right.
anyway.
So we will be
Uh,
heading to the Citadel for and again, Dr. Livingston loves to do this. He loves to hang out with people who are fans of the Wheel of Time. He loves to geek out with us. He loves to just answer questions. So, and this is another reason that we did not plan a restaurant lunch. We could have. There has been recommendations in the past that Harriet and Maria
yeah.
have given OgierCon, and I have all of those written down. But we didn't want to worry about the timing to get up to the
Yeah.
garden tour. So if we take a long time with Livingston, we can just shove food in our face. He's also given us recommendations on several places that we can do picnics in that area
Right.
out around the Citadel that we can go to, just to like eat a quick meal and then head up. You know what? We're just not answering that question right now.
that's
If
a that's a discussion for a different evening, but damn if I don't feel called out right now.
oh yeah, I feel very called out. Also,
So Citadel tour,
Citadel
lunch,
tour picnic lunch picnic thing to do
and
just to facilitate, also to reduce cost because we didn't want to like have to include another either say you have to pay for this additional cost knowing that this weekend is already starting to get a little expensive. um so either say you have to pay for this lunch thing or anyways we were trying to
look,
reduce the cost.
Noman Garden. I would love to have planned for the picnic to be
Oh,
under the Avendosora
we
tree.
will talk about the great oak in a moment because there
Yeah,
are
it. Yeah,
extracurricular activities you
yeah.
can do in and around
That was one of those things. Yeah. But after the picnic, that's when we're gonna plan on doing uh
garden tour.
the tour of the garden tour with Maria, which we're very, very excited about that, obviously.
And though these two things that we just talked about are when we're doing the virtual, two more virtual panels. So
Right.
for those of
So,
you,
because once again, the Citadel tour and the garden tour, they will be exclusive in-person events. If you're not there, you don't get to be
we
there.
want to take care of our virtual um, ticket
So
buyers.
we're gonna make sure that we yeah. So then after the tour of the garden is over, we'll be heading back to the outpost
Again, which we will
where
be
we will
providing
have
transportation to and from all of these things in the
yep,
morning.
that's where we will be doing the Taste the Taint challenge and the Black Tower barbecue
And the metaphysics
and
panel.
and there's a metaphysics episode that we're having which might include
A special guest.
a special guest. So, just stay tuned for that. Then, of course, we're going to round out the mixology where we sample the remainder of the Wattail cocktails and select our winner. There are prizes for the cocktail contest. Prizes are yet to be determined, but there will be prizes. There will be categories, winning categories for the different cocktails and whatnot in the document that we put on the Gathering Madness website. So once again, I want to stress, if you have a cocktail that you want to submit for the cocktail contest, make sure you go to blacktowerpod.com, go to the Gathering Madness website. Ooh, excuse me, hiccup. Go to the Gathering Madness page, and there will be a link here for you to submit a cocktail for the cocktail contest.
Well, and Josh, I think this is a great time to start talking about the outpost. Now that we've said that Saturday afternoon is like afternoon, evening is where we're going to spend the bulk of the time at the
Yes.
outpost.
So the outpost is well, okay, so it's an Airbnb, right? So that means more than a hotel. That means you're going to have bathrooms. That means you're going to have kitchens. There's kitchens in all three buildings. However, in the Ashaman Armory, there is a large sort of a great hall type
And
setting with a large
will you
kitchen and a large table.
switch to the view of
I
the
don't.
overview? There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
So, and you know what I'm even going to do? I'm even going to see if I can zoom in just a little bit more.
Oh,
Maybe
Josh
not.
is being so good to us. Such a good story of On My Hill.
No, I cannot. It will only go. So you got the Oshman's Armory over here. You got the dedicated domicile and the soldier shack because soldiers kept a shack. Um, I there like I said, there is a large kitchen type area. We're going to call it the mess hall there that we will be hosted. That's where all the hosted meals will take place. Um, there are pools. As you can see, there are 3 pools. Once again, I want to stress all of this will be ours. All of this building over here and this building over here will be all ours for the weekend. So, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Now we have 12 rooms
So there
that
are
we're
12
selling.
physical rooms. Some of them are multiples. Some of them, like, again. So regardless,
Most Yeah. Most of them will have a single king size bed in them. We've already sold 2 of those rooms. So currently, as it stands right now, we have 10 rooms available for sale. And I'm looking for all the amenities that we posted in this document, and
you
I
just
cannot find them.
you would have to
Oh,
scroll.
is it? Oh, is it on the same? Oh, it's on the same thing. Ah, okay. Look at that. We're prepared. So there's washer and dryer, outdoor shower for after you get on the swimming pool. 2 Geeks, thank you so much for helping us out answering questions that we can't get to. This is the dates, the 25th through the 27th. Loyal's Book Club also asked the 25th being a Friday, 26th being a Saturday, 27th
So
being Sunday.
we will not be hosting any official events. We will after we there are some not official events that we can talk about. So if you choose to fly in on Thursday, there is a coordination we can do to hang out. But And
Yeah.
again, like out there are so many other things outside of what we just talked about that are cool
Yeah.
about Charleston and this being the Jordan Mecca that we can talk about. But we will get there. We promise we will get there.
Yes, you are 2 geeks. We're putting you to work. You're gonna earn it
We
too.
appreciate it.
Um, I will say this, Eamon, 2 geeks, 1 mic, and myself, we will be flying in on Thursday, and we're getting in at, like, Friday at, like, 1 AM. So, because that's just how it works.
And I think
So
Andrew is
it
driving at some point. I'm flying in at some point on Thursday. There will like
yeah,
for if you want to do some of the other things, and we will talk. I will definitely address this in
yeah.
several
So
minutes. But
Thursday
the other thing is
Thursday
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So keep going with the amenities.
ultimately, Thursday, you're probably gonna be on
Yes.
Okay, so amenities. This is in the Airbnb. This is available. Washer and dryer, showers, screened-in porch because there's bugs everywhere. Heating and AC, Wi-Fi, television, bedroom linens included. There's going to be stuff in the bathroom, shampoos, etc. You can bring your own. 3 private pools, 3 kitchens,
Three
dishwasher.
private pools. Three private pools.
This is the
Sorry,
one
I get
you're
like
excited
from
about.
somebody who doesn't have access to any pools, I'm very excited to have a pool. Just even if I could just like go, ah, and have a nice cocktail.
That's right. That's right.
I'm
That's going to
excited for
happen.
that. I'm so
That's going to
excited for
happen.
that. Also, I've
Um
like posted ideas about games within the pools that we could do that are like ridiculous. So,
Oh, yes.
anyways,
Oh, yes.
we'll see. We'll see.
Also, there will be, there's obviously there's dishwashers, coffee, refrigerators, which I already talked about, the refrigerators, dishes, and, cooking utensils and whatnot. I'm probably going to bring my own knives because I'm a snob.
Yeah.
But if you yourself want to bring something, say you want to prepare some of your own foods, you will have the option and opportunity to do that.
And we
That
will
is something you'll be
probably
able to do.
create a channel just for us, the people who are participating in person, so we can talk about
Yeah,
those
and
things.
Noman Garden brings up a great point. He says the website also says there's a pool table. Um, there's going to be lots of other things too. We're trying to cover
So
like
many.
the bare minimums here, just to make sure you guys
Yeah,
understand the value of what we're
yeah.
getting.
So again, we're trying to tell you why we understand $350 for a ticket seems like a sticker shock. So we're trying to tell you why it really isn't a sticker shock.
Yeah.
Like if you need to do laundry while you're there, like you can.
Okay. So it looks like
If for some reason Josh throws you in the pool and you need to wash your clothes or something like that happens, you can wash your clothes there.
or if
That
you
type of
drink a
thing.
little too much and you soil yourself. I mean,
Or
we've all done it. We've all done
I was
it.
going with a nicer option, but yeah.
So yeah, here's
I like somebody makes a nasty uh what tail? What are we calling the cocktails?
oh,
Yeah,
the
if somebody
what
makes
else?
it like and Josh pukes on you, you're
That might
able to
happen as
go
well.
wash your clothes. Yes.
That might happen.
So
Um, it's right next. There's a bar right next. I believe it's called the Low Life Bar. It is just a couple minutes walk down to the actual beach.
and
Um,
let's go into that detail.
I don't have a picture of that,
Oh, no,
unfortunately.
no, no, but the cost of the area and show
Oh,
generally
oh,
where
that's
yeah.
right. So this is okay. So we did some research, and part of the reason why we got this particular Airbnb, because look, if you notice, it does say 15 bedrooms. Um, I'm sorry, the organizers are taking a bedroom each, and Eamon and I are sharing a bedroom. So that's 3
I
right off
will
the
be
table.
probably willing to share, but, um
Well, we'll see. So that's why we're selling 12 because there's 15 bedrooms in total. 11 of them have 1 king size. 3 of them have bunks with 2 twin overfull bunk beds each, and 1 of them has just 2 double beds. Cool, great, awesome, wonderful. But let's say you're like, I don't know, I want to check prices in the area. maybe I don't want to stay in the Airbnb. Cool. You're perfectly able to do that. We did some digging and we said this. I just put in hotels.com and I went to Folly Beach, South Carolina, which is Folly Beach. This is where we're going to be at, somewhere in this area. This is the nightly rate for the different hotels in the area. So you are more than welcome to find your own hotel if you want to, but you're going to be paying several $100s a night. This is one of the reasons why this option worked out so well for us. Because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there is going to be some initial sticker shock, but I think that overall you're going to find that it is a much better deal, especially considering what we all have included. And if and that was the other thing we wanted to say is if you are planning on coming or if you want to come, get your room sooner rather than later because we only have a limited amount of space. We've got 10 rooms left as of this moment right here.
If we aren't based off the survey that we sent out earlier, we are not anticipating completely selling out. Yes, cuddles. Amis, you know I love cuddles.
All of the
We
calls.
we don't anticipate selling out the outpost, but if we do, we will figure out a secondary option. But that just means like don't for those of you who can't afford it, who know you're going to go, please come right away. Or come,
Yeah,
yeah, like, but like pay for it, register right away. Let us
yeah,
know so we can start. Like, if it starts looking like we're going to sell out, that gives us more time to figure out options
yeah,
before our September 30th deadline. So
yeah,
we'd appreciate that. So like
yeah. And
just keep us posted on what you're thinking.
yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and post this in the chat really quick. Uh, payment deadline September 30th.
Yep.
That is, if you want to split up your payments, totally cool. But once again, I want to stress this: two things to keep in mind. One, the payment deadline is
Non-refundable.
September 30th, and two, it is non-refundable because every single dime we're collecting is just going straight in. As it is, we've got Andrew
And
who's
we
gonna
will be
put
locking
the
in a spot for you. We will be
yeah,
locking in a spot for you, assuming that you can come. So if you
yeah,
back out and you can't make the payments, that is
yeah,
essentially a sunk cost for us.
yeah.
So
And
um
as it is, just so you guys are aware, Andrew has graciously put the down payment on this Airbnb on his personal card. So that's why
that's
I'm
how
saying
much
like
he loves you
there's a
guys. He loves you guys and has faith in you
it's
so much.
and if he were here, he'd be like, "Oh, stop it."
And that's
but
exactly what he would say.
yeah, so there you go. So there's an
So we've
environmental
only
look.
got through Saturday night at this point. So let's talk about Sunday.
Let's go Sunday night. So Sunday morning, once again, there will be Black Tower breakfast, BTPB, Black Tower Podcast Breakfast. And then we will be doing closing ceremonies, right? Which will just probably be some, a live stream where we say goodbye, have a great time, and then there will be because what I like is I love what I call the soft goodbye, which is where we can hang out, maybe watch a movie or something like that while people stream out. This time, I'm actually kind of happy about this. What we're trying to make happen, and someone had mentioned it prior in the stream, is we're going to try and make it to the angel oak, the Avendosora tree. And the reason why it's not on the beaten path with regards to uh,
The schedule.
with regards to the schedule is I'm just going to show you real quick what the geography of the area looks like. So spin with me for a moment. I'm going to go. So it is historically known as the angel oak tree, right? It is beautiful. It is the Avendasaur. It is what Robert Jordan was inspired to use for the Avendasaura tree.
Mhm.
Now, if we go to the map, we're going to look up here, and I'm just going to go directions real quick, right? I'm going to say if I want directions, I'm going to go from the Citadel to the Angel Oak, and look how far away it is. It's all the way up there, and the garden tour is somewhere in this area as well, if I'm not mistaken. Correct.
Yes, it's up in Charleston,
So
yes.
everything we have right here is going to be up in this area. We're staying in this area, so we're already looking at a drive into the Citadel, which again, this is a 25-minute drive. It's not terribly long, but
But it changes the dynamics of what else we can
yeah.
do. And it
So Sunday
changes the dynamics of
afternoon,
what we can live stream. We would not be able to live stream. So we're being
thank you
very
for
cognizant.
coming, Amis. We appreciate you jumping in. But yeah,
So this comes
so
down to after hours options. So we are
yeah, and
starting
yep. So Sunday
late.
afternoon, though, we'll have breakfast, closing ceremonies, and then if you're there, maybe we try and figure out a way to get up there and see it. I really, really, really want to see it. Not only for its significance with the Wheel of Time, but also this is something that my grandmother loves the Angel Oak, and she's got a big picture of it on her wall, and I would really, really, really love to visit that and get a picture with it and get a picture of it and send it to her. So
And
this
Josh,
is something, if you're going to be around, to
and
try and make it.
I can tell you last year at OgearCon, I actually didn't go. I didn't go because Maria came for tea in the afternoon. So I stayed at the Airbnb that we had rented. And I basically spent the entire time cooking and prepping. Like, again, I loved it. I really enjoyed just being in the kitchen, a huge kitchen by myself, because I've got a
Yeah.
tiny kitchen in my apartment. So I enjoyed having this huge kitchen to make a whole bunch of things. But everybody else went up to the angel tree and they said it was this amazing spiritual experience and just like it was existential, like all of those words that you use. And they came back, and I was a little bit jealous, but I also very much enjoyed my time in the kitchen. So I definitely will be going this year after we have to check out of the
Yeah.
outpost up to the
And
Airbnb.
and which leads me to my next kind of a point. It is an Airbnb, so we do ask that people who are staying on site, clean up after themselves a little bit. I know that's not too much of a problem because Wheel of Time nerds are always great. There's
Yeah.
always like half a dozen to a dozen people after the dance party at Jordan Con, at the dance party at WatCon. They're always there, cleaning up. It's always really, really
We're the
appreciated.
best community ever. Seriously.
And then if you're
Hashtag best
staying,
community.
so like I was saying, Two Geeks and I are going to be flying out Monday afternoon. If you're staying another day, you will have to find your
Well,
own
and this is
accommodations
where
for that evening. But
we will probably be starting a thread in the Gathering Madness channel where people who want to stay
yes,
before or after we
yes,
can figure out accommodations that we could, like, again, you saw the price point, so we could maybe figure out something.
yeah. Make sure I'm gonna actually. I think I'm gonna do this real quick. Make sure you go to uh, blacktowerpod.com to get our. I believe I've got a Discord link on there. I'm looking right there. It says Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So I don't know that my Discord is in there, but I know they have a Discord link. So let me add that real quick. But you should be in our Discord because most, if not all, the chat will be coordinated through the Black Tar Podcast Discord.
mhm.
Um,
So I will vamp a little bit more while you do that. So So we talked a little bit
Oh,
about the extracurricular activities that you could
they don't have a
possibly do.
Discord link.
And oh well, that is not my problem. That is
That
something.
is unfortunate.
Well, so you, Josh, shut up. You
Oh,
don't talk aloud while I'm talking. You just do it.
it is there.
See?
Hold on. It is there. blacktarpod.com. It is already. I knew I put it on there. It's already there. It's right here. Bam. Join our Discord.
All right, excellent.
Sorry.
So, in the
Go ahead.
meantime, I thought you were gonna have to like do things. Um, So, in the meantime, while we're talking about extracurricular activities that you can do in Charleston, if you decide there's already been a couple people say that they want to show up on Thursday or leave on Monday. So, there are a lot of other Jordan things that you can do. So, one of them, if you want to come in person, you'll want to do is possibly go to the Jordan archives at the College of Charleston. So for that, you will have. I think they've stopped having to make reservations. That being said, you will want to look at their hours. You will want to go to, and we will provide all this information to you if you are in person. And how to do that. There is a limited amount of people who can go at once, so this is why we cannot all go en masse. And there's we'll send you an article that Livingston has written about how to do this and be
Yeah.
respectful. Also, there is here streets. There is a whole bunch of bars and restaurants that Jordan loved to go to that we can send you information about. There is, like we already talked about, the angel tree. So there's just still a ton of stuff that you can do if you decide to show up early, leave later, that we can help you with, that will complete your entire Wheel of Time journey in Charleston. So, and with that being said, we would love to answer a couple of questions. So, yes, the tree is very close. And so, and some of the other opportunities that we're thinking about at the Black Tower Outpost are, like, again, fun and games. Oh, and let's talk about some more of the virtual options. So the virtual options are, for the most part, with the exception of the tour of the Citadel and the tour of the gardens, you will have an exclusive link on YouTube for those activities. You will be able to exclusively see all of that content, and nobody else will. When we are
Yeah.
possibly in transit to, like, we're still trying to figure out, like, whether, like, the TikTok, because TikTok, unfortunately, we can't make exclusive, but, like, if we go in transit and there's not a virtual panel, how to deal that, those are some logistics we're trying to figure out. We are trying to make that $15 so good for you. So please
Yeah.
let us know your thoughts and what you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as Leah was saying, this is it. This is the time for questions. If there's anything else that we haven't gone over, anything else that we haven't discussed, now's the time. Post that question in the chat. If you think of something later, well, we are going to be in the Discord here in a little bit, hanging out, chatting in the Discord. Normally, and I'm going to do a little bit of a self plug here. Normally, when we do these live streams, it's live for patrons only. And then we post the episode on Friday. So as a patron, you would get access to the episode as we record it, which is a lot of fun because sometimes we say things that we need to edit out. But there is also early access to it. There's Patreon exclusive content. And then normally what we do is we will wrap the episode and then hang out in the Discord under a Patreon exclusive hangout. And we just, kick back, talk about the show, talk about the Wheel of Time. It's all just hanging out, having a great time. So if that's something you'd like, to participate in, our Patreon tiers are lower than $1 a month. So our lowest tier is $1 a month, and you can do an annual subscription, which is like $10 and change. So it's actually really, really advantageous. Like it's less than we make a joke all the time, for less than $1 a month, you could help a starving usher. It's great. And then little soldiers in cages in the arms of the angel. But for tonight, because we're doing this live, because we want to get some excitement generated about the Gathering Madness, this is going to be the fifth Gathering Madness, I believe. Now I gotta check myself.
You're not quite like one of those. One of those.
It's this is. I feel like I'm messing up my anniversary right now. If Andrew were here, he'd be mad. What do you mean you don't remember our anniversary,
I feel like
Josh?
I feel like fifth, because I feel like 5 years ago I was on your first, I was one of your virtual panelists. And I was visiting Christine in Detroit, and I was like, oh my god, I have this panel, and we need to make our dinner reservations all around the fact that I'm on this panel, and this is when I was still kind of a new content creator. I just out there, I somehow volunteered for it. And shocker, I boss bitch that entire conversation.
Yeah, you did.
So,
yeah, you did.
I went back and watched the other ones. I was like, yep, I was obviously the best.
Let's see. So this will be the sixth Gathering Madness. Because I believe... What? Yeah, because the fourth Gathering Madness was 2022. The fifth was last year. This is the sixth Gathering Madness. And guess what? The 2022 Gathering Madness, we were in LA, and you were on a panel with Ebony. May she live forever.
And Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I remember that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there was good times. So, sixth annual Gathering Madness. And for those of you who don't know, this is an annual celebration of the birth of the Black Tower podcast. In October, we will have been doing this for 6 years. I will never forget. I looked it up. I think we started in October, of 2018. And that's why we do it in October, because it's the birthday, basically. So our
birth
now
month,
we're not
birth
quite
month,
like
birth month.
We're not quite like the Twatcast. I believe their podcast is old enough to drive.
They're 20. Oh, that's like 20 years old or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're almost old enough to drink.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I feel like we're doing pretty great. I feel like that's a pretty great accomplishment, that we've got 6 years talking about the Wheel of Time, and we still haven't yet run out of things to talk about, because it is something that is very near and dear to our hearts. I know I can speak for myself, and I know I can speak for Andrew when I say that the Wheel of Time is one of the most influential building blocks of our lives. It is such a huge part of our lives, and we love it. And we love the Wheel of Time. We love doing the Gathering Madness. It is a party. It is always a fun time. It is always a great time. And really, we want you there. We understand life is crazy. We understand things are expensive, and we know we're asking a lot, but that's why we tried to squeeze every last penny until it screams. We want to provide you with food, we want to provide you with lodging, transportation, and priceless experiences. You
Yeah,
can't
absolutely.
put a price on a tour of Harriet's Garden hosted by Maria. You can't put a
You can't.
price on a tour of the Citadel hosted by Michael Livingston. These are experts. These are people who are so steeped in our community. You can't put a price on that. And I
And
want to
having
see
the
you all there.
personal like, it's not just the tour, it's the personal conversations with them, because they will literally answer any fuck yes, yeah, thank you, Loyals Book Club, yes, exactly. But they will literally answer any question you ask, and it is just it like I so I have done the Ogier Con with the Lights Work the past 2 years, and I am so excited for this. So I've done this for 2 years that are kind of a like it's not the exact same things, but we've done the Livingston store, we've done the garden store. It is those are things that you can that I want to repeat every single year, because you just hear something new. You hear something interesting. It's things that you want to constantly go back and see, and it's just like and things like and also let's not mention we forgot to mention the fact that like just hanging out with cool Wheel of Time people. We've been like promoting the events. We haven't been promoting like just the opportunity to hang out with like-minded people and nerding out, and just like the geekiness that we get, that like the small setting is so different than JordanCon or BotCon or even MalgaryCon. Like
Yeah.
you're there with a small amount of people, and the intimacy and the joy you get from these small events is absolutely fucking incredible. And like and that's how Penny and Alyssa, and like I'd already known Amise, but I got even closer to Amise and Tree. And like that was from last year's when I was there in person last year. Like these amazing women, like, and also like I kind of knew Josh and Andrew, so but even then, like I got to know them even better. Uh, so because it's a smaller event where yes, you have your personal space you can go back to if you're an introvert. So you do have your personal
That's
space and you can choose that.
I will say this, we've had people who have used the smaller events as a sort of a diving board into the bigger events. And it's a really great strategy. It's a really great way to do that. Get to know a couple people. And guess what? As I've said, when it comes to going to a Wheel of Time convention, it's literally walking into a room. You have this unique experience of walking into a room full of strangers who will be your best friends for life. You're just a couple minutes away from making 12 new best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, on that note, Leia, is there anything else that you can throw out about the Gathering Madness? Is there anything else at all that you can think that they need to know right now that we have not covered?
I don't think so. I think we've completely covered it all. And
Well,
again, yeah. So
there's
so
oh,
let's
there's
remind
going to be
everybody of the
giveaways and
deadline.
prizes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's going to be giveaways. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be swag. There's going to be free stuff. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff that we're going to do in between. I love Leia. What she's saying right now is so true. The deadline, September 30th. That gives you just about 6 weeks. So please, please, please get up in there. If you have any other questions, like I said, we're going to be in the Black Tower Podcast Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, the link is on our website. Go there, jump into the Discord, jump in. We're going to be doing a live chat. We're going to be hanging out, just having some fun. If you have any questions, you can totally ask us some questions. That'll
Like,
be great.
also, if you're watching this later, there is the Gathering Madness channel that you can ask questions
Yes.
in.
And that's what I was just going to say is you can even email us blacktarpod.com or blacktarpod@gmail.com hiccup, or you can DM us on like Twitter, or you can DM us on Instagram, whatever the case may be, or on Discord, or shoot us a direct message anywhere you want. Post a question in one of the threads. It's totally fine. We would love to answer your questions, and we would love to see you all there.
The Black Tower guys are
Sincerely.
really, like, some of the kindest, nicest people that you'll ever meet, and they
Oh, stop
really
that.
No, I'm being serious, and this is why I love being involved in their community, is that they want to make their community work. So, like, when they say this, they really actually mean it. So please, if even if the shyest of shyest people, like, please, in however you feel comfortable reaching out, and they will accommodate you in whatever you need, however you want. Like, please do this, because if you think that this is something that you're interested in, you're watching this video, um like like, and I'm like, they won't humble brag on themselves, so I'm going to humble brag for them. I'm gonna, like, not humble brag for them. um they will absolutely 100% do it. If you've got some sort of disability, they will freaking make sure that you can do it. If you've got an eating disorder, of not an eating disorder, like an eating limitation, that they will make sure that
A
you
dietary restriction.
that one, yes. Thank
That's
you.
the one.
Let me drink a little bit more wine.
Roof mistress has had a little bit of the
Yeah,
grape juice.
no, whatever. But regardless,
But uh
no, just saying, like, reach out to them. They will help you and accommodate you. And we would love to see you at the Gathering Menace, all of us, because it really is like, when we say the Mecca and the tour we're going through, that is not a freaking lie.
it's true.
It is true. So.
Slanja. All right. Well, Leia, one last time, just tell us what wine you're drinking, and then tell us once again where the people can find your lovely face.
All right, so this is a Chenin Blanc. I said Chenin. It's a Chenin Blanc, not a Chenin.
Chenin
I don't
Blanc.
know what a Chenin Blanc is.
It's a shenanigans. Do, do, do,
Uh,
do, do.
you can find me on Malcare Talks channel under the D&D game I run called Time to Roll the Dice. It's a 4th age Wheel of Time D&D game, or Threefold Talk, an IL variety show where we start off the day by talking all the latest Wheel of Time news, community or show driven, and then just get into some shenanigans. So, oh.
Apparently, Loyal's book club went to high school with Shenana Blanc. Do, 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 do. Shenana Blanc. Do, 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 do. Shenana Blanc.
Shenana Blanc.
Do, 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 do.
Shenana
To
Blanc.
everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really, really appreciate it. The Black Tower Podcast, we're putting a lot of work into the Gathering Madness, and it's not because we're, looking for any sort of self-gratification. It's because we love the Wheel of Time, and we want to hang out with you. We do. And not only do we want to hang out with you, but we want you to have one of the best weekends of your life. And just sit there and hanging out with Wheel of Time people, having a great time. So thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for behaving yourself appropriately while we dole out this week's dose of taint. And wherever you are, we hope you leave here just a little bit more insane than you were when you first got here. From all of us here at the Black Tower, I have been your Sorvan Mihail, Josh, and say goodnight, Roof Mistress Leia.
Good night, Roof Mistress Leia.